This was a very run-down area of seafront, in an area of deprivation. I mean, the life expectancy in this ward is 10 years lower than the average life expectancy in the rest of Bournemouth. This is a 50-year-old building that was built as a bathing station. 10 years ago it was a land train garage, an amusement arcade and some pretty crummy toilets and some beach huts above that were never used.
I do remember how it was before.
Boscombe had become a really run-down area, had quite a bad reputation locally.
It was always very quiet. It was kind of a no-go area before.
We had lots of problems with deviant behaviour, alcohol, drugs and so on.
So this was all pretty run down. It's like a 1950s building and it looked it.
The council's been trying to regenerate Boscombe for 30 years. Putting the surf reef out to sea, this being the land-based leisure, was the real opportunity to regenerate it. What started on the seafront will trickle back into the centre of Boscombe and is beginning to.
The change on the seafront has been immense.
The reef is the economic driver. Principally, it would work in Bournemouth in the winter and it would provide a lagoon in the summer, and we thought, well, that'll actually help us to trade all year.
It was a catalyst for all of this investment along the seafront.
The reef's located offshore of the Overstrand complex where we're sitting. So the idea was to have a panoramic restaurant with sea views overlooking the reef. We've got a residential development which I think we can be very proud of. It's very popular. A refurbished pier. Everyone wanted to retain the pier.
I moved down here because of the changes that's been happening. It's such a good place to live. It's such a good vibe down here. I'm really enjoying being a part of the surf culture.
My name's Sean Taylor. I own Sorted Surf Shop, Sorted Surf School down here on Boscombe Beach. We have people coming down to check out the reef. We've got people coming down to surf the reef, check the area out. They've heard about the new stores, bars. We've got people looking at buying property in the area.
It's the surf lessons business that's really surprised them, and generally when people are taking beginners lessons on very small waves, they wouldn't be here but for the fact we've got the reef as well.
There's so much attention from non-surfers and surfers as well, you know. Surfers come and ask a little bit more in-depth questions. Non-surfers come down and want to know what the big hype's about. It's fantastic for the area just because we've seen such a big development since. Britain's got a really good, strong surfing industry, and things like this will actually make it, you know, even stronger.
There's a lot of people coming around from all over the country.
Families, holidaying, you name it, it's happening down here, but it's a much, much more chilled atmosphere now than it used to be.
The publicity value of what we've done here, we've estimated already at £10 million. A lot of that's been attributable to the reef, and that's based on the advertising equivalent cost of the publicity that we've achieved.
I didn't used to really come to Boscombe, but I come down here quite a lot more now. Since kind of the surf reef and everything like that, and it's being done up down here, it brings in a new crowd. Everything's very reef based. I mean, there's a reef encounter which has got quite a few nights on and things like that.
It's definitely been busier since the announcement of the reef. People are wandering this way from Bournemouth and further away around over to Poole.
The day we decided to include a reef within this project, a hotel redevelopment was renamed the Reef, and since then we've had the Wave, we've got retail, restaurant, reef encounter. We've got this restaurant here called Urban Reef. So lots of developers and commercial outlets have used that as part of their marketing.
We're at the Urban Reef Cafe, Bar and Restaurant, which is right at the heart of the Overstrand development, opposite Boscombe's new surf reef. It's become a real case study for coastal regeneration. The reef was probably the catalyst for that, and then with the regeneration of the pier and the Overstrand building itself has made local flats have been invested in. I don't think that people can believe it really. You know, you came down here 18 months ago and it was a pretty run-down stretch of beach, and now it's beautiful. You can sit outside, have a nice kind of Kiwi bottle of Sauvignon Blanc, some fresh mussels, and it's got a really, really nice, vibrant atmosphere.
So the finishing result, I'm which is just about there, is very pleasing.
The change is so dramatic and it's done so much for Bournemouth. The redevelopment of the seafront has really made it such a nice place to live, and I don't think I want to leave.
One of the key issues for other resorts who might want to do this is that this whole project will have been funded by the sale of the residential land and the sale of the beach pods. So it's not actually costing the council taxpayer anything. And just to come down here now and just see people enjoying themselves, being part of the new Boscombe Spa Village, is without doubt already giving a new confidence to Boscombe that hasn't been there for 30 years.